Hey, I'm back. I just had to walk the dog. Walking the dog. Anyway, feeling the wet weather out there. It's kind of wet. Back inside. Figured I'd go back on a live stream. Anyway, they got all these new rules about live streaming, so I can't do it on the mobile anymore, which is unfortunate. I was really enjoying the mobile live streams, but it's okay. We'll just work with the laptop. And yeah, probably gonna try to get some breakfast in me a little bit. I haven't been doing too well as far as digestive. I guess my stomach is cleansing for the spring, and so that's okay. That's okay. We'll let it do its thing. Uh, Still trying to get this hat figured out here. It's I stored it in a peculiar position, and the there we go. It's a little better. The elements out here and the rough storage of my hat kind of bend it out of shape a little bit. Oh well. And yeah, so we're doing well here this morning. I got a little bit of desire here to smoke. I probably will. I got a tiny bit of weed left, but I'm want to make sure I don't get sick. It's not fun to be puking your guts out when you're smoking weed. We'll see how it all works out. You know what? I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna brush my hair while I sit here. My hair is all. There we go. Yeah. I gotta jump in the shower in a little bit, and my hair will be more manageable. But brushing it helps. That's for sure. Brushing your hair always helps. Combing your hair, brushing your hair. You all know that. Anyway, yeah, I got a looks like a easy day today. Uh, don't really have to get out and about. Well, the buses don't really run on Saturday around here, so I don't really have a way to get around. Most people that I know are over the hill. They're barely making it themselves, and I can't ask anybody for a ride or nothing. People at church are kind. Sometimes I can get a ride to and from church and that kind of thing. Maybe stop at a grocery store on the way back. But uh, Jehovah has shown me that you just don't expect much help from mankind. It ain't really there, and that's all right. My world is not necessarily this world. My world is the new heaven and the new earth, and that's it. Yeah, my world is the new heaven and new earth. And I'll smoke this little bit of weed I got, and be thankful that I never sold my soul to the system, and you know, righteousness prevails. No matter what happens on this, is what is as far as what it looks like, righteousness prevails, and it's the end times, and And I could just tell by how things are in the world. You got, you know, a lot of the women are angels and saints, and they're helpful, but most of the males are very competitive and judgmental, and I don't want to be around any of that energy anymore. It's just a field of war, and in a field of war, you stay away from the war, and that's the way it is. You know, if you there's other fields, you don't have to be in the field of war, and I'm not in the field of war, uh, and uh, they're going to go down. Those pickers and choosers in the field of war, they're going to pick and choose their way all the way to the pit of hell. And they're hypocritical. They're a lot of them are in the churches. A lot of them are, you know, proclaiming that they love God and doing all the things. But when it comes down to it, they couldn't help their neighbor if they wanted to. You know, they have so much judgment and hatred towards people and frustration in their own lives that and Jehovah doesn't smile upon them when they're like that. And like I said, they're participating in war, and you know, even their names signify their warrior energy. And you know, the warrior's going down. He's going down to the pit, and the pit is sealed. Once the pit is sealed, Satan and his warriors are forever in hell, forever sealed, forever locked away. And I say good riddance. I say good riddance. And you don't mess around with Jehovah. Jehovah's justice sees all and knows the hypocrite. I mean, the hypocrites are you know, at least at least uh, what am I trying to say? The hypocritical nature in mankind is at least well known. Okay, everyone knows that there's lots of hypocrites in the world. Okay, and so everyone knows there's lots of hypocrites. Everyone knows they're going to hell, and they're going to remember that word hell. Okay. Anyway, I seem to be feeling a lot better as far as my gut health. It's not hurting. It's not locked up, and I'm not puking. So I'm really thankful today about that. I've been having some problems to the point where I had to get a little bit of medical attention, and we don't like that. We don't like being sick. We don't like having problems like that, and all of us are in Jehovah's New World. Will never get sick. No, we'll never have problems. Everything will be pure love, pure harmony, and beauty, and truth, and compassion, understanding, all the virtues. Every virtue out there is just the norm in Jehovah's world. And mankind, and has a lot to look forward to in Jehovah's new world, because compared to this world, this world won't you won't even humans won't even want to remember, and they wouldn't, and they can't, they won't remember. So that's how you know, that's how dark this world really was, and it wasn't the way it was intended. And Jehovah intended it to be the garden all along, and Jehovah wanted man to have a personal relationship with Jehovah. But Jehovah didn't want, uh, Jehovah didn't want people to think that they could be gods. Jehovah wanted us to submit to the universal understanding of one God, and God is one with Jehovah's people. Jehovah's people were one with God, and so that means there was a there was a trust that needed to be a trust in Jehovah's plan, and that trust was the key. Just to trust Jehovah's plan, not to trust the plan of the serpent. Jehovah's plan all along was going to work itself out no matter what, and that's the nature of Jehovah. Jehovah is the Almighty that way, and so no matter what happened in the old days, nothing. The old days a aren't even a speck on the screen compared to what Jehovah's putting in the new days and in the now time. And so everyone that's conscious, they understand that there's no comparison, uh, and there's really no there's really no reason to actually to view anything other than being in the garden now. Actually, and so even though you may not be in the garden per se, in the garden, 100%, you're in the garden in the consciousness and your mindset, and that's and in your love for the sacrifices of Jesus and the prophets and all the holy ones. Okay, that that is the garden of the love in your heart, and that's the key to getting into the garden itself. So once you have it in your mind and are living it, no matter what, I mean, you could be in the face of death continually, but you could be living in heaven continually as well. So to live in heaven within the structure of your mental understanding, and seek ye first the kingdom, and then it's going to happen. It's gonna happen more and more. And I'm just feeling it right now. I'm just feeling like, yeah, uh, it's a state of being. It's like the golden age within the state of being, and it's just you could tune in anytime. It's right there. Just tune in to the tune into what you want as far as the new heaven and new earth, uh, and tune into what it is as far as the new heaven and new earth, and you'll start finding out it's the same thing. And what you want, what it is the same thing, and it's right there. And like I said, it's a state of being. And it's just the churches are not going to really be happening much because Jehovah is the living church, and it's right here, right now. And worshiping in a church is fine for what it is, but communion with Jehovah is way, way, way more substantial. And so let's get involved with communion with Jehovah directly. I'm not saying no, go to church. Matter of fact, I'm actually saying to go to church, but go to the church with the in communion, walk hand in hand into the church in communion with Jehovah. And while you're in the church, stay in communion with Jehovah and worship and fellowship and all those beautiful things the churches are about, for sure. But communion with Jehovah is par excellence. It's the very best. And uh, if churches really taught this lesson or taught this truth, they they would see their congregations thrive like like never before, because communion with Jehovah was the real message. Communion with Jesus, communion with the one love, was the message all along. Just to be in that continually, in what you do and how you. Like right now, I'm not living in optimal conditions, but through communion with Jehovah, I'm able to endure anything. And I've been enduring a lot, and I'm not gonna lie. There's been things that I've had to endure that no man should have to endure, and but I endured it, and Jehovah had a reason for me enduring it, and it comes back to the strength in my love in Jehovah. I'm growing stronger in my love with Jehovah, my commitment, my desire to serve, and that that to me makes everything, you know, worthwhile for sure. And like I keep saying over and over that same thing, that there's nothing in comparison to to the new heaven and new earth now and communion with Jehovah. Uh, Everything I went through is you know, serves that. And that's more than I could ever have hoped for. Okay, I've dreamed big dreams, and just to be in communion with Jehovah 24/7 is the best. So I'm looking outside. I keep thinking the sun's going to shine, but in a way, I like it when it's kind of like this. The weather's kind of makes me more relaxed once I get into the groove, and more healing in nature. You know, feel I feel like I need to get into the water, maybe soak my body, and healing, everything healing. Meditating on Jehovah, working, reading the scriptures, all the healing energies coming forth, pouring, overflowing. And, I mean, this is healing here, communion on the internet with YouTube. This is healing, but it in the overall, it does have its uh, growth edges or friction points, whatever you want to call them, negative aspects. But in the long run, the internet and this YouTube thing is uh, is a very positive thing. So I'm working with it probably for a while. I'll have this YouTube channel. I doubt anything will ever go viral or whatever, or I'll get a billion subscribers. But you know what? Uh, Jehovah's my only subscriber, and that's good enough, right? Jehovah subscribes to my YouTube channel. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, like we said on the ranch, sometimes there's sheep, sometimes there's sheeple, but either way, you got to have a shepherd. And there you go. Yeah, probably gonna have to get up here and get some more coffee. I got one more cup in the pot, and I just been brewing a small amount of coffee. Make sure I don't waste it. I don't want to pour any coffee out ever. Sometimes I drink cold coffee, make iced coffee, but it's not hot enough for that yet. And like I said, my gut's been feeling a little funny. But anyway, I'm gonna go over here, take a second or two. Tucker, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm already feeling like I might be maxed out on the coffee already. Got a got to be careful I don't overdo it on anything anymore. What I'm finding is don't exceed your portion, and a portion is a very subtle thing to gauge. Like the only way you can really understand your portion is totally submit to Jehovah, and then there's a reckoning uh, of of sort of how you see time and space and proportional. It's proportionals. You understand a proportional, uh, the limits and ratios and balances and things of things. And when you start seeing in that context, you'll realize that most people are very over. Uh, they overstretch their ability for their being able to cope with what they have. It's just too much. And so if people learn within their proportions and go within their uh, with understanding of how that works in Jehovah's plan, much easier, much better. I mean, the best. Like today. Today for me is to collect more of Jehovah's love. That's what I'm doing, collecting Jehovah's love. And so today is going to be off the hook. It's going to be like another one of those best days of my life kind of days. Uh, but it's an up and down thing when you get like this. You may have to tomorrow might be a totally different uh, thing, and so be prepared for the up and downs of having one of those uh, lives that, like I said, you're in a state of mind of Jehovah continually, and so it's gonna be off the hook. You're gonna have a life that's like like no other life. I mean, wow, amazing. And there's no limit to try to contemplate that within your own being and experiencing the fruit. So if there's no limit, I mean, I could keep going and whoa, this whole internet thing could change. Everything could change just in the blink of an eye. And that's my intention is for everything to change in the twinkling of an eye. Because you got to take it to the limit. And if there's no limit, then you take it to the no limit. So yeah, I'll probably be playing some music today and trying to get more creative and work around the house. It's raining. It's not really an outdoor day, that's for sure. But healing and celebration of the sacrifice of the Holy One and the Holy Ones, the collective Holy Ones, and the fruit of the new heaven and new earth now. This YouTube channel seems to be working better because my internet connection's gotten a little bit better. But I'm wondering how long I can actually do a live stream on a straight connection without any interruptions. So one of these days, and it could be today, I might decide just to give that a try. I'm ready for. I'm ready to experiment in this live stream connection I got. As far as how long it's going to be, I've done it before, but oh, it's 11:11. That's a good time. 11:11. But yeah, I've live streamed before, and seems to as far as about an hour, I think, and that's about as long as I've live streamed. Uh, but my friend was telling me that there's no limit to live streams. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool if there's no limit to live streams and you could just continually live stream everything. Although I don't know what you do when you go to the bathroom or nothing, all that kind of stuff. But why not, man? I mean, just get some sort of cam that. I wonder where my hat always crawls up the right side. Maybe that's where. See, you get different muscles in your face, and sometimes, yeah. Oh, there you go. Sometimes you have to tune up all these smaller muscles to get the big ones going. And I noticed that I've always noticed that your forehead, your forehead is a very special place, and so sometimes I'll just yeah, I'll just rub on my forehead, and some people call it the third eye, right in this area. Uh, but I call it the forehead, and the whole forehead, or the full forehead of the kind one. There we go. So you just tuning up your. A lot of it has to do with relaxing your. Because there's a lot of tension in the forehead, and so you just have to. Hmm, there we go. Close your eyes and relax that whole area because the eyes put a little strain on the forehead. Yeah, there we go. And ah, so much nicer. I can remember times when just by doing that technique I just showed you all that I was able to actually put myself in a state of action, absolute bliss. I mean, no other words could describe it, but absolute bliss. I mean, that was it. I'm still feeling it right now. I'm just like remembering those days where it was the bright reality, the real life. Like wow, I just got in touch with the real life. Whoa. How in the world did you? Well, it's not in this world. It's out of this world. Okay. Well, sometimes I like to wear my hat, different styles for my different moods. Let's see if I can get this right. Yeah, I think about right there. Wear it up a little higher on my forehead, but not quite as high as it was before. Yeah, there we go. That's well. It's about 33 minutes into this live stream, so it's been a little longer live stream than I usually do lately. It's kind of nice to be back on the internet. I took a break. I was protesting the whole YouTube thing as far as their different policies and stuff, and all of them, all the social media people. They're just too many rules and regulations on the whole shit all the time, and then they're stealing your money on top of it. They're putting in rules and regulations and stealing your money. It's like, oh yeah, give me a break. Like uh, like all that kind of shit is like part of Satan's world. I'm not into Satan's world. Satan's world could go to hell now. And so that's just the way I look at it. I mean, put Satan in the pit right fucking now. And I have to deal with everything like this 24/7 anyway. It's like they never gave me a break from day one. I was a child. I was born innocent. I was freaking born innocent, and you fucked with me all the way. So guess what? You fuck with me, you're going to die because that's the wages of sin is death. Everything's always been that way. You fuck with somebody who's fucking good, and you're going to die. And so guess what? Humans are destined to fucking die. And most of them are going to fry. They're going to fry and die. And that's even worse for them because why? Their leader, Satan's going to fry too. They're all going to fry and die. The only ones who live are the good, righteous ones who. That's the way it is, man. The righteous ones who live. The sinners die, the righteous ones live. It's just the way it works. It's always been that way. It'll always stay that same. That's why it's not good to fuck up. You fuck up, you're gonna die. It's just plain simple facts. So yeah, we're gonna cut this live stream off pretty soon. 37 minutes into it. That's a good number. 37 minutes.